Hello, there's so much information these days out there about olive oil, and some of the questions that I get often are around smoke point and polyphenols. Why are these so important? Why do they keep coming up? I figured it was time to make a video to address these two things so that we have better information to be better informed. I am Carol Amendola, board certified nutritionist, and thank you for visiting my channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Anyhow, let me start with the smoke point of olive oil, because that question comes up a lot. What is it? And at first I was a little confused about smoke point because I don't really fry anything, but I've definitely learned that frying at high temperatures or cooking olive oil at high temperatures is definitely not optimal, especially depending on the type of foods that you're putting with it. Certain fats and certain sugars make it even more dangerous to be frying with olive oil and frying this type of food. And why is that? Because it forms compounds that can be detrimental to your health in larger amounts. One of it is acrylamide. There are others that are potentially cancer causing. So you want to make sure that you're not frying at high temperature. So how do you know about the smoke point of your olive oil, and how do you know if you have olive oil that will support a higher smoke point? I guess the highest smoke point is around 405, 410 Fahrenheit. So it would be nice if the olive oil that you're purchasing had that number on it. But in order to do that, they would have to do some individual testing that most industrial olive oil producers don't even do on their olive oil. But one thing that you can look for is the acidity of the olive oil. Hopefully that's on the label of the bottle that you have. So in order to be designated as extra virgin olive oil, the acidity has to be lower than 0.8. So 0.8 will allow an olive oil to be labeled as extra virgin, although we're hearing that there's a big percent of olive oil on the market that says extra virgin on the label, but probably would never pass stricter regulations if that olive oil was tested. But anyhow, you want to look for that acidity number and make sure that your olive oil is less than that if you are frying and heating it. If you're using it to drizzle on your salads and on your vegetables once they've been grilled, there's probably no reason to have to worry about this. But that number in the testing of 0.8 is a test of how much free oleic acid there is in the olive oil, which gives it a higher acidity. The lower the acidity, the higher quality the olive oil is. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. So oleic acid is one of the derivatives of polyphenols. So what are polyphenols? Polyphenols are a special class of nutrients that are highly antioxidant nutrients, and that they are very, very good for you. So there's a lot of talk about polyphenols in olive oil, and we want a high polyphenol olive oil. And the way you know that, again, is to have purchased olive oil that the supplier will tell you what polyphenol content they have in the olive oil. There are a number of different classes of polyphenol, but the ones in olive oil, the ones that are best known are hydroxytyrosol. It's known as one of the most powerful antioxidants in olive oil. And by the way, we want antioxidants because they fight inflammation, and inflammation is the underlying cause of about 80 different diseases, including the itises. So arthritis and diseases like that are formed from inflammation. So hydroxytyrosol also is known for cardiovascular benefit because it decreases the oxidation of LDL cholesterol in our bloodstream, in our arteries, and that's what gets oxidized and becomes hardened plaque. So hydroxytyrosol is a very good antioxidant that we want in our diet, and better yet, we want it in good quality olive oil, which would make it very simple to be able to include that in our diets. Then there's the shorter version name of polyphenols, and it's just tyrosol. And tyrosol is another key antioxidant. It has cardiovascular benefits, of course, and then it also has antiviral properties. So it will keep your gut biome more healthy, and it'll help with viruses and bacteria that we are all prone to, and are prone to even getting that in our food if it's not cooked well or there's bacteria. So tyrosol is another important polyphenol. Then there's oleocanthal, which is my favorite, because oleocanthal is what gives the olive oil a bitter taste at the end, the peppery taste. And I know sometimes we are told, you know, just taste the olive oil, and if you get that peppery taste at the back of your throat, you know you have high polyphenols. So that's, you know, that's one good way of doing it. You don't know how much, but you should definitely have that peppery taste. And that antioxidant has the similar chemical properties of ibuprofen, which is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug that you buy over the counter, but it doesn't have the side effects. So oleocanthal is a wonderful polyphenol that we also want in our diet. Personally, what I do is I take a couple tablespoons of high quality extra virgin olive oil in the morning with a nice squeeze of lemon juice in there, and getting another high-powered antioxidant, vitamin C, and just drink it down. And so my day is fully loaded first thing with high antioxidants. Up to you what you want to do. I hope that this has been helpful. Thank you again for stopping by. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. You would make me so happy. I know your life is not meant to make me happy, but it will certainly make my day, and I'll continue to send you some good nutritional and industry and travel advice as well. Thanks so much.